What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome to another Resplendent review. So this time I'm going to be taking a look at Resplendent Ishtar and I'll be going over a lot of the builds that you can run for different game modes like Aether raids, PvE, and of course Arena. And if you do enjoy these Resplendent reviews, I would really appreciate if you could thunder that like button just like Ishtar. And with that said, let us begin. So Ishtar is a Gen 2 Blue Infantry mage, and she's actually a pretty good mage because of her preferred weapon and the refine that she got this year. So Mjolnir gives her -1 special cooldown, which means that Moonbow becomes a 1-turn special, and this is really good because she can pre-charge it by running Time Pulse in her slot C. This weapon always gives you +6 speed in the player phase, and the refined part gives you +5 attack and +5 speed. So in total she gets +11 speed and +5 attack, which is really good for her offenses. And finally, she has got partial null follow-up built into her weapon, which allows her to bypass the follow-up negation skills and still double those units. And this also lets her run wind sweep and still double attack while not getting counter-attacked. We have seen this kind of interaction before as well, and this allows Ishtar to be a pretty strong player phase nuke. So she can just attack many of the far save armor units safely with the wind sweep and just annoy them. Now unfortunately we do have Ascended Fiarm, who is pretty much an exception to this rule because she's got null counter disrupt built into her weapon, and she's also green, so Ishtar is really not going to be doing much against her. And Ascended Fiarm is really common in pretty much most of the competitive modes like Summoner Duels, and Aether raids offense of course, and Aether raids defense as well. So she's definitely going to be a big roadblock for Ishtar in general because of how common she can be. But if she's dealing with some other far save armor units, then Ishtar can definitely do a pretty good job. We do have Selena as a blue mage cavalier who can do a pretty similar role to Ishtar, but at the end of the day Ishtar is going to be able to run the infantry skills and also has -1 special cooldown. Meanwhile Selena has got the mobility. Now if you want to build up Ishtar, I feel like wind sweep is a must for her slot B, and that is her best slot B skill, so you can definitely try to get this from Joshua or Lifis. Lifis does have this at 4-star, and she already comes with this Sparrow, so you don't really have to change much for an arena assault budget build. And you can just run Blade Session because Ishtar mainly functions in the player phase, so just increasing her offenses to the max is going to be helping you. Moonbow is a fine special because you could trigger that on your second hit. Now if you want to invest a bit more into her, then I feel like Time Pulse is her best slot skill because this can pre-charge a 2-turn special like Moonbow, Glimmer, or Ruptured Sky, and this allows Ishtar to pretty much nuke on her first hit, and this can be really helpful against many of the tanks which have guard effects like in their stand skill or special fighter or in their weapon. So Time Pulse can help you in those kinds of matchups, and you can just run Sparrow 3 as an upgrade, and this kind of build could be used in Aether raids offense against many of the safe teams like Brave Hector, or if you're going to be facing Fallen Edelgard. Of course against Ascended Fiarm she's really not going to be doing too much, but if you're going to be facing any other far save unit, then Ishtar can definitely put in the work with the wind sweep. So she's going to be able to kill them easily, or at the very least weaken them down safely without taking any kind of damage back. You can also run this build in Summoner Duels, but you can replace Time Pulse with some other slots skill if you're going to be running the Secret Maneuver Captain skill. And the next build is going to be the ideal build for Ishtar in my opinion. It just combines a lot of her best options. Attack speed ideal is perfect for Ishtar because with a wind sweep build she's not going to be taking that much damage, and she's going to be at full health most of the time. So this way you can maximize your offenses, and again wind sweep and Time Pulse are her best options. For her special you could run Ruptured Sky as well, but Moonbow does help you against many of the high resistance enemies. So this build can help you if you want to maximize her offenses to the peak. You can also use her in Arena with Duel Infantry 4, and she's going to be a pretty solid unit there just as a delete button because of her pre-charged Ruptured Sky, and that can help you in the Beast matchups and of course the Dragon matchups. And Legendary Tiki is going to be kind of common in the Earth season, so you could definitely try to use Ishtar there and just nuke Legendary Tiki. And you can also run her in Aether raids defense. That's pretty much one of the places where a lot of people did used to use her. Even I use her for quite a bit, but again you have to watch out for Ascended Fiarm, and that's why I would suggest to run some kind of red threat that can just keep the opposing Ascended Fiarm on their toes. So just do not run a lot of like other blue units and green units and colorless units with Ishtar. She definitely likes the presence of a threatening red unit who can annoy Ascended Fiarm, and this kind of build could be run on a Katria Ball team. So you can run Flashing Blade 4 in her slot A so that you can give her some damage output, and with a Katria Ball team she can just quad attack, which means that she can get 20 true damage against many of the foes, and Fatal Smoke can just disable their healing from Mystic Boost or Healing Tower. Instead of having a pre-charged Moonbow, you can just run Luna and trigger this on the Brave hit of the Triangle Attack boosted attack, and if the opponent has some kind of guard effect like Fallen Edelgard or Brave Hector like they usually do with their slot B skills, then you can actually trigger this on the third hit by using the Flashing Blade, and the true damage definitely helps you. And many times not charging up your special on the first hit can actually help you against some matchups like Fallen Edelgard, for example, where she has got the damage reduction on the first attack. So having your special trigger on the follow-up attacks, especially with the Katria team, can definitely help you bypass those matchups. And finally, if you want to invest fully into her offenses and have a pre-charged Moonbow build, then you can run ARD attack speed 4 and have Time Pulse to pre-charge it, and Blade Session is going to be the staple for her Sacred Seal. Now as for her IVs, I do like to prefer having plus attack IV, especially when she's mid-merged or max-merged and you have got a lot of speed stacked up with her weapon, slot A skill, and Sacred Seal. You could just try to invest some of it in her attack so that she can have better one-shot potential with the pre-charged Moonbow or pre-charged Ruptured Sky build. So at that kind of investment, plus attack IV is going to be pretty nice, but at unmerged or lower investment, plus speed IV is definitely going to be helping you trigger that wind sweep against many of the really fast modern threats. And it also depends on your usage. Like if you're going to be using Ishtar for dealing with the safe tanks, then of course plus attack IV is going to be a lot better, because as it is, Ishtar is going to be outspeeding most of the safe tanks who are going to be running far save. So hope you all enjoyed my Ishtar review. If you did, then make sure to share this video with your friends who are really looking forward to building her up, especially after her art upgrade. And if you enjoyed, then make sure to leave a like and a comment, helps me tremendously. And if you really enjoyed, you could always support me directly by using super thanks or by becoming a YouTube member. And if you want to see more Fate analysis videos, then make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I wish YouTube sub boxes were about as fast as Ishtar. So that's it, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.